Stream is
That's
up.
an excuse. Sure.
All right, give me the recap, Frank. What are we working with?
So last time you guys dealt with a garden of Nurgle, and all that came with it, being the Nurglings, the Plague Bearers, and the Herald of Nurgle that stood before the Gnarl Maw, or the feculent Gnarl Maw. And you managed to, with some assistance, both helping you and I guess technically hurting you in the way of Taiwan, managed to essentially destroy the garden or destroy the tree, and deal with the rot. And after that, Joe investigated further while the rest of you were tending to your wounds. Investigated the grove further and found a couple of things of note. Some of the things of note would be a couple Stormcast Eternal helmets, and a brooch. I believe I posted the brooch here, yeah. A brooch that was noted that you recognized, Joe, as a brooch that represents, or that signifies that you're a member of, like, the city council, the city chambers. But on the back of it was carved that symbol I posted, which, I mean, standing in front of the tree, standing everywhere, you recognize this to just be a symbol of Nurgle. And I believe that's all you discovered. At least that's all I have in my notes.
Yeah, he tried removing it and failed, I think, because he rolled too low or something.
I have in my notes that managed to pry it.
Oh, I thought you failed to get out of the tree, Alex. Do you remember?
We got it
I
out.
thought you failed with something on the tree.
If I did fail, then I think what happened was I failed to like search on the outside or something, and then I said, okay, well I go inside, and then I found stuff. And
Gotcha.
then
I thought there was something carved on a tree, or basically like embedded in a tree that you couldn't get out, but I could be totally off.
Yeah, we got that out.
I think that was...
I have it in my inventory and I have a goal saying to figure out.
It happened to Alex, and
Yeah.
he said it happened. Like, I think his memory is better than mine on it.
I would say I have it in my notes that you carved it out. So.
Yeah, no.
The only thing I didn't have is I didn't have helmets of Stormforged in my inventory. I did have it in my goals, so I don't know if someone else took the helmets. I just added it to be safe.
You were the only one there, but you saw them.
But I think I brought it out. I don't know if we had one of the bigger folk take it.
I did not even contact you after.
That shit's fucking heavy.
I think this happened literally at the end of the session. Like, we haven't even we didn't even reconvene.
You did not even meet up with the party yet. We're picking up now, reconvening with you coming back from the grove.
Okay.
Or coming back from the garden. So yeah, you can pick up coming back from the garden, heading towards your encampment. The rest of you have been resting, tending to your wounds. For the sake of it, we can say, I mean, you've had like a full rest, so you're able to nurse your wounds back. Hey, you did not miss anything. So the rest of you are sitting, tending, and nursing your wounds. Taiwan's doing his best to keep guard, so you effectively don't have to worry about keeping watch. Overnight, anyway. Taiwan doesn't sleep.
Jesus, okay.
Lizardmen don't sleep.
I'm gonna go up and be like, Taiwan, are you gonna need to sleep? Or you're gonna be okay?
He looks down, like, you don't see anything, and then you just kind of like see his face materialize, and he like opens his mouth and like shows his teeth, and it's like a little toothy grin, and then he says, "Hey y'all," and then he like shakes his head like a no.
Okay, so you're gonna watch us?
Enthusiastic nod.
Okay.
I think at this point you'd see me walking in by the edge of the grove. So I think I found something of interest, and I'll hold out the 2 Stormguard helmets and the metal sigil. It seems that someone from Anvil God was out here, and 2 Storm Gods went down to this, so probably kind of a big deal if we're bringing this back home.
Were there survivors and/or footprints or anything where you found this?
So there were boot prints that I followed, a bit larger than mine, but couldn't really figure out what it was, whose it was, and there were all kinds of bones and skulls in there, lizard skulls, human skulls, and these helmets and the sigil were all I really found. The sigil was actually kind of worked into the bark, which was confusing but interesting. So I'm worried that perhaps this was done intentionally by someone in Anvilgard. We might want to be careful about who we tell about this.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing. It's a good guess. So, I mean, that's all we're going off.
Did you ever see anyone with injuries as though they came from something like this?
I'm gonna hold out my hand for the sigil.
I'll hand to you.
Frank, do I know anything? Do I know anything about this beyond from my long history fighting chaos?
You know, this is a symbol of Nurgle. It designates membership within, I guess it's a cult to Nurgle.
I thought this was
So
a
I
sigil
think
of
this
the
belonged
ruling
to-
Conclave of Anvilgard.
Sorry, who do I think this belonged to?
Oh, okay. So you recognize the symbol as I understood what you're asking. You recognize the symbol as something that designates a ruling conclave of Amelgard. Joe.
Okay.
Sturdy Bark, who is not familiar with Anvilgard,
Right.
recognizes the symbol on the back to be indicative of membership within the cult of Nurgle.
Got it.
Do I think this belongs to the speaker, or do I think this was like unrelated to the speaker?
You aren't sure.
Okay.
You definitely saw a similar emblem that she was wearing on her person, but I mean, outside of seeing the back of it, you wouldn't be able to know
Okay.
for certain.
Okay. Danger in Anvilgard.
It's nighttime, by the way, so.
Yeah, I wonder if we've been bamboozled or strange coincidence.
I mean, the council's quite large. It could be anyone. And also, one of the council members just died. That's kind of what I was looking into before coming out here. I was curious about what happened to the High Arbiter.
Player, what is the name of that pirate group that is kind of running the city? The Black Scale or something?
The Black Coil.
The Black what?
Coil. Like
The
snake,
Coil, yeah.
Like snake coils.
Right.
Maybe. Do we... Bringing this back is very dangerous then, because... Am I wrong? Bringing this back to Anvilgar is extraordinarily dangerous because we're going to show that we know a lot.
I think we
Yes.
should probably just show it to Councilwoman Morgan. Councilwoman Kassan seems to have been trying to do good for the city, so I wouldn't spread it much further than that.
Okay.
We can show the Sylvaneth.
I think
Yeah,
also most
good
of the
point.
Storm Guard are kind of out for what's right. I doubt they would be sort of as corrupt as the Coil.
Where are we on this map right now? We're at the green dot.
Fair point.
Thought we were like closer to
Okay.
the south.
Oh God, what am I doing?
I was gonna ask though. I was gonna be like, well, we have quite a long journey, but maybe we don't have
Yeah,
a long
good
journey
luck
back.
trying to move small circles. That's the bane of
Yeah.
my existence.
Like there.
And how long do we player? How long do we think a hex is?
With Taewon and Groger leading you, you covered a large amount of ground within a short period of time. It's almost as if they know paths and such, like the quicker ways through the jungle. So day or two out, probably about like 2 days, more than likely.
Okay. So
If
I
so
think
long as Taewon is leading you.
I don't want to bring Taewon to Amalgar, but I'll get back in character. So I think we got a couple days back to town. It sounds like Sturdy Bark wants to show this to the Sylvaneth. I want to show this to Grace. And Joe, who do you want to show this to? Because I'm sure they have a lot of information, or maybe you heard some rumors.
Councilwoman Kassan, the
Okay,
one who
so we
sort of
got
hired us.
a couple people we need to talk to in Amalgar. What do we do about Taewon? He cannot come back to Amalgar. I think he should go back home, but I don't know when.
Can't he just hide in Sturdy Bark's branches?
He has no home.
Well,
He stays with me.
I think he needs to go back and tell his people what happened to the leader.
They're all dead.
No, the other skinks.
Tewa? I'm gonna look to Tewa.
He like you feel something on your branches, and then he like materializes. He waves.
I think he'll just do what he wants.
He says. He looks at you. He says, "Hello.
Hello, Tewa.
Me lead."
Yes, you're going to lead us, but do you want to come to Amalgar or go back home?
He just like smiles.
That you have to point. Are you going that way or that way? And I'll point to Amalgar and
He
the forest.
points towards Anvilgard.
Okay, so you're
The
coming to
small one
Amalgar.
stays with me.
Okay.
He points towards Anvilgard, and then he says, "Grogor, say go."
Yes. Grogor
Okay.
was a great warrior. Grogor is a great warrior.
He like nods vigorously.
Speaking of Grogor, sorry, player Frank, I have this scale.
Yes.
I'm examining the scale.
It
You told us what it
glows-
does, like, out of character, but...
Say again.
You told us what it does, like, out of character. I'm just, like, kind of looking
Yeah.
at it to see if I can...
It glows a very deep, radiant blue. And there's not a lot of there's like no sun out, so like this thing is
Right.
glowing of its own accord, and under its own power. If Loris, looking at this is, as we said, clearly magical. Like your witch sight is going off on this.
Go ahead. Keep going. I'll go
Okay.
after.
That's yeah. Go ahead.
No,
I
sorry. I thought
don't
you
really have
paused.
anything.
I wasn't sure if you were... Go,
Yeah, I don't really have
finish,
anything
finish,
else with regards to it, outside of what it does.
Sturdy Bark, are you going to keep that or try to sell it in town, or what's your plan with that thing?
I will not sell it.
What are you going to do with it? Oh, you're going to remember... Wait, what are you going to do with it?
I will keep it. But we must hide it.
Yeah, yeah. I think it looks very valuable, so I think you're going to have a lot of people trying to take that thing.
From Grogor. Grogor gave this to me in his dying breath.
I mean, you're quite tall. It'd be hard for someone to take it from sort of your face or neck. Perhaps you could make a sort of pouch for you to wear on your neck and then just hide it in there. Keep it close
Big
to
smile.
your heart. Do you have a heart? Not really sure how your anatomy works.
Player!
I don't know.
He has a symbolic heart, right? Everybody
Yeah,
knows
like
people
you have
hearts.
like a core,
Of course.
which we can say is a symbolic heart.
Medicine check.
No. I'm sorry. This is actually relevant. We took a rest. When you take a rest, you remove one minor wound. I'm gonna use medic on Bagoosh. So because it succeeded, you can remove a serious wound instead. You don't get both. You get to remove the serious instead of the minor.
Oh, do long rest in this game not like full heal you?
No.
You have time to.
I get to
tend
remove a minor wound?
Everyone removes a minor, except Bagoosh will remove a severe or serious, not minor.
Is it still the night before?
Yeah,
Okay.
you haven't gone to sleep yet.
Oh, everyone's toughness also recovers in case that's
I
what
don't,
you
I don't think I've rested yet, but I will get that in the evening.
Well, I don't
It's
think
a
you
we're
lost
about- it's a-
any health or had wounds, so...
No, I'd four wounds or four.
It's also about
toughness
to be
down.
bedtime, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because it's
so I'm not
dark.
worried.
Yeah, so it's like,
Okay.
Yeah, like you have a core. Like you have
Okay.
it's not so much like a heart as it is like a stupid elves. It's like a soul crystal.
Sure.
Because you're like technically an elf, but you're not.
That's
Oh,
distressing.
An elf. Well, wait.
Could you like
You're
transplant it into another body?
Yeah, so Sylvaneth are essentially like old elven spirits that get transplanted into plants and into trees.
It's not necessarily just one, right?
Right, which is why you're not really an elf, because Kurnothi tend to be like an amalgamation of great warriors,
Got you.
but
Okay,
they
yeah,
don't
yeah, I
really
got you.
have like memories of being those warriors, right? They
Checks
have
out.
like their instinctual capabilities, but they don't really. You're not like Barnabas Crowley, former high elf of like place. You are sturdy bark. Like,
Yeah, makes
you
sense.
have
makes
no
sense.
memory of.
I'm an
any-
aggregate.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
all right, well, maybe we can buy you a necklace of some sort, a little chain, or like make one, and you can just wear it.
How player Frank, how big does this thing measure? Like dimension wise, this scale?
I think I said it was like.
So is your
Yes.
hand, I thought.
Yeah, I think it was like about like 8-9 inches, something like that.
Okay, got it.
It's
like a
quite large.
Megalodon tooth.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. It should be easy enough to hide too. I will be making an effort to hide it when we get to town. To make sure
There's
it's not seen.
plenty of space on you. And since you
Um,
can move like vines or whatever around, I'm sure it won't be a problem.
Yeah, right.
Okay, well, the sun is setting, and Taiwan will keep watch. So I am exhausted, and I will look to every other of my melee compatriots who's probably also dead, and be like, I think it's time to sleep.
Yeah, no rest for me. I gotta treat Bagoosh's wounds.
Yeah, big boy got hurt.
They gutted him like a pig.
Jeez, I don't
Does
sleep.
Bagoosh like eat gravel?
I'm just grabbing handfuls of whatever's like near me and shoving it in my mouth.
Just like
Right,
substrate and like just fucking whatever's there.
You're just like stress eating.
But hilarious, he ran in the last. Oh god,
You what?
he ran away at the end. Fled for
Bagoosh?
his life.
He had
There's
to
a-
run.
It was a good
Big-
call. It was funny as hell.
Bagoosh, are you supposed to be eating that as you just start eating like roots and shit in the forest? Okay. I'm gonna sleep and hope he's alive in the morning. I'm gonna go sleep over there.
He'll be fine. Go get your rest.
I'm gonna sleep at the base of Sturdy Bark.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm just standing there with Tewa on my hair or
Same
my
thing.
branches.
I'll put my head on your toes and just sort of like push them together so it's comfy, and then fall asleep there.
Got my branches. Like my arms will be like down, covering you guys.
Like a blanket.
And as an aside, I do think, yeah, the first person we should go to with that sigil is definitely Morgan Kassan.
All right.
We might also get some answers about the Blackfin from her.
Truth.
I mean, they're probably already back there having gotten their pay from her for a job well done.
Yeah, well, in that case, we better go make sure that they're exposed and we get our cut.
Very true.
Good night.
Sleep. You all sleep and rest and recover without issue. Shadow, you said you were staying up all night tending to wounds. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I don't have a wound, but if I did, I wouldn't be able to remove one
Sure.
while I'm doing this.
As the sun rises, or as the sun begins to like crest the horizon, you Shadow, you hear the branches above you start like moving, and Taewon comes into view, and he looks at you and he starts pointing. He starts pointing in a direction.
Eh? What is it?
He points at like the side of his head where you see like this little hole, and then he like points that hole in that direction.
Okay, I guess I try to hear what he's hearing.
You hear like very faint. It sounds like it's very faint, like voices almost, but it's like mumbling, like very much on like the wind.
Alright, now keep in mind, I have acute sense when it comes to hearing.
Oh yeah, this is far away.
Okay. Does it... Okay, so I just hear mumbling. Alright, I'm gonna go wake up Joe.
I don't
It's
sleep,
morning
so
already?
I'm also aware of this.
Yeah, but I
Right.
need someone to sneak
Because
around
of
and go see
because of
what it is.
how far away it is, you wouldn't be able to hear the same thing.
I'm a little hurt Taewon didn't tell me.
Yeah, but I have acute sense hearing. He knew that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I believe it.
What's going on?
I hear voices. Over there.
Oh fuck! All right. I like quickly lean over, tie my boots on tight, and then grab my bow and start sneaking around. Try to like give it a wideish berth.
Hold on 1 second.
Sure.
All right, say that last part again.
I'm gonna sneak, not like in a straight line towards wherever they pointed, like kind of like in a angle around.
Okay. Yeah. As you like sneak in that general direction, you begin to hear like the mumbling, and as you get closer and follow the sound, it becomes clear that there is someone out here doing something. It only sounds like one voice though, and it sounds almost it sounds, as you get closer, like this mumbling. You can kind of like start to make sense of it. It's like an up and a down, almost tempo to it, and almost like it's melodic in nature.
Do I recognize either the person, their clothing, or the tune?
You don't recognize. You don't see anyone.
Oh, I'll keep getting closer then until I can see. If I don't recognize the tune.
You come upon, as you are making your way out, you come upon the sight of a dwarf, of a Duradin. And he's just kind of like loudly humming. And at his feet are just like a bunch of like plague bearer heads, is what you can see. And he's in the process of taking out a pipe and like lighting it, like just putting a bit of tobacco in there and just lighting that pipe. Curiously, he takes like part of his braided beard and he just kind of like stuffs that into the pipe, and then it lights. As you can tell that his beard is somewhat smoldering at the tips.
Does he look like he has just like finished a battle? Like his weapon is like covered in gore and stuff, or does he look like he brought these heads with him?
No, this man looks like he finished a battle.
Okay. I'm gonna call out to him and say, friend Durden, don't mean to alarm you. Just want to say hello.
This is what he looks like.
Oh, sick.
Holy moly.
Just wanted to call out to you. We have a camp nearby. We actually also took out some plague creatures recently, if you want some company.
Upon hearing friend Duradin, this man just drops the head, just deftly reaches for his axe behind his back and gets in this, like, readied stance. And then, as you finish, he's like, oh, what was that?
Sorry, I should have introduced myself. I'm Joe Lenarin of Anvilgard. My party and
Show
I...
yourself, where are you?
Over here. I'll stand up from behind the bush.
This guy kind of, like, hesitantly looks at you, and then he doesn't put his axe away, but he kind of looks as if he's relaxed a bit more. And he raises his axe up and he says, "Hail to you, Joe of Anvilgard. What brings you out to these fine mess out here?"
Well, it's kind of a long story. We were on a ship, we got shipwrecked, and have been heading south, and had to fight our way through a bunch of chaos demons and a corrupted tree, and we were just resting for the evening before we heard your singing. Woke one of our party members.
Oh, did I now? Alright then, sorry to have done that, and so sorry, a bit boisterous after battle. He lets out a heavy laugh, and he walks over and he puts his axe away, and he walks over to you. He's pretty much about the size of Shaydell, and he extends his hand out to you.
I'll do the same.
He claps your hand with, like, this well more force than is necessary. And he says, "Balanir Bollinson, at your service. Slayer Lodge. And what affiliation do you have with the fair city out there?"
Oh, I'm kind of rogue on my own. I'm just bounty hunter. I was going to join the guard, but things got messy. So I've actually hung out with a few slayers. You're good drinking companions. At least the ones I've met. I don't think we've met though.
The best we are. We can put down a nail like the best of them, better than anyone else on these realms.
So, and what are you doing out here?
Oh, I fulfill a couple of oaths. I can deal with some of these. He points over to some of the plague bearers. He's like, deal with some of these nuisances, and there was a spider problem out here I was sent to deal with. So I figure might as well try and handle it, eh?
Sure. Why don't you here come meet the rest of my binding, and I can show you the tree and the herald and other things that might interest you before you go on your way.
All right, sounds good. You have any breakfast of sort? I haven't been able to fix anything for myself yet.
I wish we did, unless Taiwan found something. I kind of doubt it. Oh, and just so you know, we kind of have a motley bunch. The ogre is with us. Don't harm him. But come this way. And I'll just sort of like give a all clear whistle to the squad, and then
they're not going to hear your whistle. As he starts walking with you, he starts bellowing out in song.
Here you go.
He starts bellowing, "Oh, I hack and slash, I hew and cut, oh, I won't go home till my time is up. And I take her gold, and I take my axe, I'll see them all in the Tory lands." And he just keeps singing that verse over and over again as he's just trekking through the jungle. And the rest of you at camp, you don't hear anything other than this loud noise that just gets clearer and clearer as it gets closer to you.
And you also hear Joe's voice singing the song as well. I'm definitely in.
A little bit, they come into view, and you see Joe. Alongside Joe is this. I don't want to say armored because he's quite the opposite, but this Durridin man, axe in hand or axe on his back, and he's just singing this song, holding his pipe in his hand.
Oh, important question. The heads, did he take them with him?
He has one on his side. Yeah.
Okay, I would have taken the other ones.
All right.
And when we get to the clearing, I'm gonna say,
quick sleight of hand.
Bagoosh, heads up! And I'll toss both of them to Bagoosh.
I catch them.
He's gonna eat them.
Yeah, of course, what? Me and Bagoosh have an understanding.
He can process the food.
Okay. I'm sitting there going, they're plague-ridden.
He can process it.
Okay, alright.
Tina, eat the food.
And when he sees the rest of your encampment, he kind of like pats his stomach and says, "It's a motley crew then." He comes over and he just kind of like plops himself down next to Sturdy Bark.
I'm
gonna
introduce him to everyone. Do you say what was his first name? I got Burner Bolinson.
I will say it without accent. Bolinier?
Bolinier.
Looks more like bowl of shit.
Yeah, I'll type it out.
It's pretty close.
I'm gonna slowly wake up and be like, "Hey, why are you naked?" And I'm gonna point to Bolinier.
He lets out a deep Oh, this is traditional armor for a dwarf of my size and my stature.
Aren't you afraid of getting stabbed or shot or punctured or slashed or pierced?
He says, "Not so fast there, lad." He points down at like he points over his shoulder and down at like his thigh, and you can see these like marks that are like dug into his skin. And he says, "Watch this now." And then he kind of like flexes his arm a bit, and then that mark starts to glow. And he's like, "That's all the armor I need."
He's a slayer.
No more questions.
He's got
What do I
gold
know
ring.
about slayers, Frank? With my
Uh,
time on Come On.
You
Jamon.
know. Okay, so all of you have a base knowledge that Slayers are. They're members of like lodges, right? Almost
Right.
like hunting lodges in a sense. Like a society. They are all the different lodges specialize at different things. They all generally keep on good terms with everything, with everyone, and generally everything on the mortal realms, with exceptions of anything chaos related, and some more necrotic things, some more death related things, that just tend to not be that you tend to not be able to reason with. Slayers, are primarily they're primarily like mercenaries. They tend to lend their services out for, I don't want to say the highest bidder, but they take jobs. It's not like you're like trying to bid against someone else. They will take jobs for money, to bring said money back to their lodge and enrich their fellow lodge mates. But also they have this culture about them, which they call the Slayer Oath. No one's really knows where it's from. In fact, most Slayers believe it to come back way from one of their gods that was felled here on Akshi, actually. The Slayer god of Grimnir. Some say that this Slayer oath that they took from him, or that he passed down to his disciples, is like an oath for death. That they're always trying to seek out the next big fight, the next big thing to like gain their honor, and that their deeds are never truly done or engraved in a runestone until their passing, and only then they're engraved when they die fighting a heroic fight. So they actively go out and seek these fights, and they, like to get paid for it as well.
So they're suicidal witchers.
Basically.
Why are you out here? Where is your party?
I'm a lone agent. I don't like to really split the hairs with me other folk. A lot of the time, I used to be part of a company, and they. I don't want to say that they grew weary of these points over the trees and lot, but my folk tend to like stone wrought architecture and mountains and such. So I figure I did come out here, take a couple jobs, kill a couple of these lads. He points down to the plague bearer head on his belt. Like, also, there's a bit of a spider problem out here. It's something about some gobbos that are rearing a couple spiders. I figured, hey, I'll come out here and take care of them for some of the good traders at Anvilgard and get a bit of a stipend for it and head back to the lodge after getting a drink at the local tavern. Am I right? If you'll be in town, perhaps we could meet up there. We can share a drink together. Good old song.
I'd love that.
Yeah, as well. After the job's done, that is.
If we get back, I'll buy you a round.
He points to you. He's like, "Okay, that's a Durden oath right there. You can't go back on that one."
We don't break our promises.
Exactly. That's why you can't go back on that one. You said it. You're buying. You get the first round. I'll get the second. It's my oath.
Did you say you killed the goblins? Well, what happened out here? You got hired to kill goblins?
No, a spider problem. I don't know. There was some type of couple grots. I don't know, raising some spiders. I don't know the minutia of it all, but I figure, how hard's it to find them? They say spin webs. It's probably pretty easy to find them out here. So I'm just looking for that.
I don't know about that one.
Haven't found them yet, but
I'm gonna turn to Sirbark and like, why don't we just ask Taiwan where the spiders are? He lives here.
Do we want to kill spiders?
Well, we don't need to. We just need him to point him in the right direction.
Say what? I'm gonna look up.
Taiwan looks down and he is currently invisible.
Mm-hmm.
He materialized himself, and after he materialized himself, Balanier knocks back. He's like, "What? Oh, what is this little thing then? Oh, I could eat that thing. I could grill him up a little bit."
Joe pulls out bow and
I just
arrow.
look over at him, and then I look at Taiwan. I'm like, oh, grilled.
It's just a little thing. Like, look at this little guy.
It's a little more.
Just a bite.
No. He's a friend and an ally. No one is eating Taiwan.
We have discovered
Also,
a problem. I have become famished.
We've been entrusted with him by a
Okay,
croc cigar.
maybe we should go spider hunting, if only to feed Bagoosh.
So, this little guy here, this little one, he can point me in the direction of these spiders.
Taiwan?
Can he?
Oh, yeah, we don't know. Hopefully.
Taiwan just kind of both eyes just on Baronier, or Bolinier, and just one eye kind of slowly goes off to look into the jungle, and then he kind of just one eye on Bornir and one eye in the jungle, just kind of points in that direction and says, "Web."
Is there a web 3 inches that way, or is it like what?
Oh no, he's just pointing in that direction and says, "Web."
Well, there you have it.
Bolinier looks at that. He's like, "Oh, all right. Well, if that's the way they are, then that's the way they are. If not, then I can wander around this jungle a little bit more." All right. He just kind of like hefts himself up.
I'm
and
gonna
says, well,
ask Taiwan. Taiwan, how far away are they?
Taiwan
Is
is
it
like,
hours or days? Or...
he holds up a finger.
Okay,
One.
is that
It's
one?
one that way.
One day or
He shakes his head.
1 hour?
He nods.
Okay, do we want to go spider hunting, get some breakfast? Or do we want to
Is
just
it the same
go to
direction
Hamburg?
as Amwelgard?
No.
No. We still have rations.
Turns to Pagoosh, turns to Shadel. Alright.
Look, he's eating roots and shit. He'll be fine.
Okay. Pagoosh, you
Alright.
promise not to eat Taiwan?
For a little bit.
Bagoosh can't reach Tewa.
Yeah, Bagoosh can't reach him. He's in the branches.
Okay. Well, Boliner, you know where to go. Who did you say hired you?
Oh, I was hired by a couple merchants out in Anvilgar. I don't know. It was something about caravans coming. They wanted to make a caravan route from one side of the mountain to the other, and they're worried about these spiders. I don't know. I don't ask questions beyond how much I'm getting paid.
Fair enough.
They originally hire you alone? Or were they expecting more to help
Oh
you?
no! They hired me alone. I like I said, I only work alone at this point. I'm high enough in the lodge to handle myself.
Okay.
All right. Well, hopefully we see you in Avelgar. I don't think you're gonna die out here. I'm not worried about that. But
I wish.
what do you mean you wish? What are you saying?
You make for a great tale, no?
What do you mean a great tale? You'd be
But if you
dead.
go
Against the wall,
by
tons of
yourself,
spiders around me.
who's gonna
No one would be here
know
to
the
know that you did
story?
it.
He like thinks about that. He's like, "Oh shit, you're right. All right, well,
Wait, does he have this pipe in his picture?
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
have a rip of that? I want to ask him for a pull.
he looks. He's like, I'm a guest.
It'll probably burn you. He's a fire slayer. I think he's used to things being ridiculously
this?
hot.
This is you take a hit of this.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a pull.
This is some pretty heavy stuff. Like this is as could be best described, really good tobacco. Like this taste. This is fresh, but this is very rich.
All right,
Yep.
I'm gonna give it back, and I'm gonna go lie down for a bit until we're ready to go.
He looks at you. He's like, never before have I seen an elf be able to take one what the dwarf was smoking. That's for sure.
I am
All
not.
right.
I'm just not responsive. I'm just kind of laying down.
He's in a coma.
All right. Well, it was nice seeing all of you. Nice meeting you. You're heading back to Anvilgar, yeah?
That's the hope.
Hopefully. That's the plan.
All right. Well, I cleared out some nuisances headed that way, back down the coastline. So should be a pretty easy trip for you.
Thanks. And oh, by the way, that's the tree we were talking about, and I'll point up to the messed up tree.
He puts his hand up to his small eyes and like looks over. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's the normal, right? All right, I gotta get to hacking."
What did he call it?
A gnarl maw.
Gotcha.
He says, "I'll get to hacking then."
Best of luck.
You how can I reach y'all back in Anvilgar?
You can either go through. Well,
there's
I mean, we don't really have a home
base.
base.
I mean, I have a home.
Should we tell?
He instructs you. You'll find me. You'll find
I
me.
mean, how
You
many?
stand out.
Frank,
We'll
there's
see
only
you
there's
when-
only
You'd
one
also
lodge,
see me.
right?
There's only one what?
One lodge, Slayer's Lodge.
There's multiple Slayers lodges, but there's one in Anvilgar.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah, in Amel
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just Well, we can check on the lodge in a few days.
All right, sounds good. Hope to see you back there. He points at Shayla. He's like, "The oath."
Of course. When I get back to Amwelgard, I'll be a rich man.
Then he slaps his chest. He's like, me too. And he starts wading into the jungle.
Well, I'll go
You
finish
start to hear his
sleeping.
singing again.
Joe's gonna go pass out.
Still nighttime, or has it passed?
No, it's daytime, or it's like early morning.
Okay. Well, you're going back to sleep.
Oh, I thought it was earlier
No,
than that, but
you
then I'm
got
ready.
yourself a pretty nice rest.
Yeah. I didn't wake you up at like midnight.
then I will instead wake Lars. Lars, time to go.
Hmm?
We're going to Anvilgard. Come on.
Okay.
Up.
I'm up.
Can you walk?
I can walk. I can
Okay.
fight.
Alright.
It's like let's say it's like 8 at this hour. Let me see.
As we're sort of hiking back, I'm gonna be like 40 paces back and just watching the rear and keep sneaking behind the party.
Okay. Yeah, as Taewon's just kind of sitting on Sturdy Bark's like branches, just on like his shoulder, and it's just kind of like arm out, just like pointing in directions to walk. Every once again he like sniffs the air, and then he just doesn't really say anything, doesn't really do anything, he just kind of like keeps pointing out. And after about like an hour or two of walking, you all can see there's just a pile of, I guess it best be described as like a pile of like black robes on the ground.
Like robes? Like clothing?
Yeah. Just like in this path that you're taking.
Are they burned, or are they just black?
No, they're just black. And you see like these really like rudimentary looking like weapons, like spears and like little tiny daggers and such.
Any blood stains or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of like a lot of like blood here.
I'm gonna pick one up.
I believe we've come across his spoils.
You pick up like one of the robes.
Yeah, and like kind of shake it to see if
As-
there's anything in there or living.
As you go to pick up one of these robes, this like you feel this like weight in it, and as you pull up, this like green little body just kind of like rolls out, and it's got like axe marks very clearly chunked into its chest. You see this like little goblin that's just like dead on the ground.
Yeah, these are the dead gobos. And I'll just drop it back and be like, these are pretty much useless.
Yeah. Moving on.
After another like hour or so of walking, everyone give me, I guess, give me an awareness. Like a 4-1.
4? Sounds good.
Yeah, 4-1.
2 successes.
Pog. Very
Is this
pog.
a hearing test?
This is a hearing test.
Pog.
I see everything.
I'm still strung out.
You actually are. You got a couple more hours left.
Yeah, I'm still seeing shit.
See, with all those rolls, only 2 successes.
Imagining like you just have your hand out on Razor, who's just like guiding you in the direction to walk.
It's like, Jesus fuck, what did
See
he
you, High
do?
Doc.
All of you except Loris. And also, I mean, Taewon will also hear it.
Yes.
You guys hear like very high-pitched, like coming from. I guess if you're walking south towards Amelgard, it's coming from the right, like towards the mountains.
I will speed up to the rest of the party and warn them.
Yeah, I'm gonna prepare for combat.
Should we just go closer to the shore and the cliffs and just keep our distance?
Is there space on the shore? Like these guys are up on the cliffs or something like that?
Yeah, there's enough space between the cliffside, like the. So you have, as you're walking south towards Amelgard, to your left is like bit of a bit of land, and then it's like a sheer cliff down to the ocean. To your right is pretty shallow forest, like maybe a couple meters of trees, and then it's just the Cupracan range, so just like the mountainous terrain that
Okay. And we're hearing them to our right.
you're hearing them towards the tree line, towards the
Okay, so we're gonna hug the edge of the cliffside, basically. So I don't want to visit with those little monsters again.
It's gonna be difficult for me to move stealthily.
You're a tree.
Yeah, you're better at it than you think.
I'm moving. I'm a tree that's moving.
Yeah.
Very stealthy.
But every time you look over, it's just a tree.
Okay. So I put this in dark mode, and now I can't see my tabs anymore.
I love dark mode, but you're it fucked up so many things. I'm
Yeah.
using dark mode
It's
too.
essentially
Like, I'm
not
just-
ready for dark mode, is what I would
Yeah,
say.
I just spent like a solid 30 seconds looking for my player sheets just to
Yeah.
pull up stats here. Yeah, so can I get all of you to give me a stealth roll?
Go on.
What's the
Uh,
D's nuts?
We're gonna make it a 4-1 again. If you have anything that's to like increase this, it's not so much like hiding as it is preventing noise.
Sturdy board, pass it.
I will pass it. To stealth.
Stealth quattro.
Oh, I have no. What is the challenge?
Body.
4.
It's stealth.
It's 4.
There's a 4?
Four
Okay.
one.
Yes.
4-1.
Okay, I got 2 successes.
We're good.
Nice.
Okay. So you're able to maneuver in such a way so that you hear these like the noises, these voices you hear coming from the mountain range. They kind of start fading behind you as you manage to snake your way by. And about another hour goes by of just kind of walking, and then you all notice that the tree line to your left starts to encroach closer and closer towards the path that you're on. This is not like out of the ordinary. Like, on any map that you've seen in the past, you would have known that this would eventually occur for a little while, or for a short walking period.
Just for clarification, are we walking along the coast or are we still in the forest?
We're walking along the coast, I believe.
I want to do a nice quick vantage point look towards where Evelgar would be. Just any signs of anything, or is it still just nothing?
you can see faint smoke rising out in the distance, so you know you're heading in the right track, or in the right direction.
Anytime we can see the ocean, like anytime we like see the ocean after not having seen it for a few minutes, I'm gonna look for the blackfin.
Oh, okay.
And I will ask
maybe we can
Shadell
see
to
the
do the
harbor.
same.
Out of
Yeah.
all the opportunities you've had for that, you don't see the blackfin thus
Sure.
far. But yeah, now these trees are kind of bending in the way of your path. Only way to go is through.
Sneak,
Unless you want to scale down the cliffs, but
No, that doesn't sound like a great plan.
I mean, these don't look like demonic or dangerous anyway. It's just trees, right?
no, they're just trees.
We
I
sneak.
mean, we heard the chittering. It sounded like those little things that exploded.
The gremlin things, yeah.
Yeah.
Sturdy Bark, examine the tree. Tree to
I
tree.
will. What do I see with the trees, Frank? Do I think there's any problem?
No, they're just trees.
All right, I will lead through the trees. Tewa,
Are they
point me in
trees
the
or do they
direction.
look like trees?
Taiwan points. He's like, that way.
All right, let's go. I will go.
I need all of you to give me an awareness.
Easy enough.
This is gonna be a 4-2.
Fucking got him.
All right.
4-2.
The
I'm
rest
still
of you.
fucked.
Okay, hold on. This actually matters.
Is this a hearing test?
No, it's not. This is a seeing test. Sturdy Bark, you're leading, correct?
Yep. With Tewa, well, yeah, Tewa's pointing me in the direction.
Okay.
I'm walking in front.
This is. So Sturdy Bark is leading the group. Sturdy Bark, as you're walking into this foliage, to this tree line, you, after a couple steps, you notice on the ground what looks like this really rudimentary, like, brown rope that's strung across between two trees.
A trap.
That's what it looks like.
Okay. I will.
Sturdy Bark, why have you stopped?
There is a trap there.
Huh?
I will sort of stoop down. There's a trap there.
I will ask someone who has reasonable eyes to do a 360 to see if they see anyone.
With that check, did we see anyone else?
So, you don't actually see anyone, but you can see what this trap, like, you can see the workings of this trap as you get closer to it. It's this rope, and then you see in, like, the trees, like, the canopy above you, there's, like, this, like, log that's been, like, carved in such a way that it has, like, a sharpened point on the end of it. And on the other side, there's another log that's also got a sharpened point on the end of it.
So it's like a spiked battering ram that would just impale you if you trip this?
Yeah.
Neat. Well, good thing you saw that. Why don't we just go around?
I will look
Maybe-
to Tewan.
Disarm it once we're past it, just to stop others?
You can. I will not try.
Would disarming a trap be a crafting check or a guile check or something like that?
I mean, I would just walk away and shoot it until the rope broke.
I got it.
Yeah, that would be the extent of it. Unless you wanted to do it by hand, then it would probably be a guile check, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say a guile check.
Like,
Seeing how you
I'm
try
not
to
worried
set
about
it off.
disarming it. I want to set it off, essentially.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go past the trap and continue in the direction Tewan pointed.
I need to do one more. There's 5 of you.
6 with the tail. Whoa.
Taiwan doesn't get counted here. Okay, it's you, Joe. Alex, give me highs. Give me odds or evens.
Evens.
Okay. You get past this trap, and you're walking for another like 20-ish minutes. Right about when the forest line that you're walking through here starts to like clear up a bit, and you can like the canopy starts to thin, and I need only Sturdy Bark to make an awareness check.
Oh jeez, Frank, I can't keep getting dubs here.
This is a 4-1. Actually, this is a 3-1.
All right,
Yeah.
I got the dubs.
Yeah, this is a 3-1. You feel you feel as if you're being watched, and right when you get this feeling, Taewon kind of like taps on your bark, and then like says, "Scary."
Don't be scared, Tewa.
Then right about when you say "Don't be scared," you all hear this very loud roar. And you see like trees moving
Dinosaur?
behind you.
Alright, I will turn and look.
I'm gonna take a few steps out of the path of whatever is coming since I said I was in the back.
So you see these trees moving behind you, and it's almost like they start like breaking and like being swatted aside.
Right.
And then you all can kind of hear very high pitched like, "He's coming! He's coming to save us!" And then you all can kind of like notice now that there are just a bunch of like red eyes in the forest that are just like really low to the ground by bushes. And then one of these things just kind of like stands up to its full height of like 2 feet and just kind of like points at you all and is like, "He's going to crush you!" And you see like this little goblin that's just like standing there like pointing at you as if he's won.
Okay.
And just as quickly as that goblin stood up to like yell at you, he kind of like scurries away. Joe, you're in the rear guard, right?
Sneaking in the rear guard, yeah.
You're sneaking in the rear guard. You very easily see what's coming. And you, upon seeing it, when it gets close to you, this you see like this.
Oh god.
Oh
I
my.
am not familiar with this beast.
It's a big fucking troll thing.
Yeah, you see this thing just kind of like start barreling through the trees, and when it gets close to you, it says, "Me smash for goblins."
Is it saying it like near me, or is it saw me and said that to me?
It sees you and it like exclaims that as it's like
I'm
running.
gonna
like,
say,
"Me smash you!"
no, you smash goblins for us.
He shakes his head. Nuh-uh.
No. As I'm like backing up and trying to like find a tree to take cover behind.
He's moving.
I will start running towards the party saying, "No, don't smash us. Please don't."
The rest of you now see this thing as it's coming into view.
Whipping out the fucking talon hook or whatever I have.
Yeah. I'm ready to fight.
Told you we should have made a
Uh-oh.
boat.
This thing just kind of like runs alongside of you and just kind of like stands where the goblins were as it tries to like get out in front of you, and he kind of like hefts up his really like rudimentary looking club and he says, You trespass on goblin land, my land." And then he like picks a mushroom off of himself and he like eats it and he's like, "You leave."
We are leaving.
Sure.
He then kind of like looks down. He's like,
We leave.
you he points like dumbfounded for a second. He points down at Shayo. He's like, "I want that."
I can't let you do that.
What are you pointing at exactly?
He's just pointing at Shado.
You're pointing to me?
Yeah, he's like, "I want that toll."
We're leaving. No,
Okay.
we're leaving.
We actually helped keep your land safe from some demons in these parts, so I think you owe us a toll. Or a bounty.
He looks at you, he's like, no.
How tall is
I
this guy, Frank?
think so.
He's actually taller than you are.
Okay.
This thing, he's taller than you are. For the record, just to, who has the highest body here?
I
Bagoosh.
do.
Goosh.
No, I have
Oh
higher
wait,
than
no,
Bagoosh.
it's Tommy now. Yeah.
Wait, really?
Mine
What
is
what
6.
is yours is 6. His is higher than that.
Okay.
He is extremely large and stupid.
Okay.
Look, you
Well, they
seem
both have one mind.
nice enough. Why don't we go that way as our group, and then you go check out all the demons that we killed, and you will know that it was a fair trade.
If I let you go, I
Come
can't
on.
find you again if no demons.
Very true, very true. But you trust us. Come on, it's me.
I need checks from you.
Sure. Can I use this?
Yes.
Okay. What am I rolling? Is this Guile?
using-
Is this
you're using-
what's the other one called?
Um,
I think
this
Guile's
is
the
Guile,
talk to
I
people
think.
one.
Yeah, this is.
Okay.
What'd you say?
I
I think Guile's the talking one technically, but
so I think what is advantage? It's like my DN goes down.
yeah, your
one or
DN goes
something?
down.
Okay.
So, I guess it would be at a 4-2. So give me a
Oh jeez. Okay.
4-1.
Oh, that one goes down. Okay.
No, actually, no. It would be the yes. It would be a
3-2, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
3-2.
This will be difficult, but
No, you're likely to win.
got
Okay.
'em.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 successes.
He scratches his ear. He's like, I don't remember you.
That's because usually we are quiet and pass where we should when we should. But we haven't been here before, but you can trust me, because I'm me, and you're you. Obviously.
The
worst
logic I've ever
You can
Just
see
confuse
the
him.
cog. You can see the cogs turn.
The wheels. Yeah.
Like this guy's like, yeah, wait, I am me. He's just like looks at you and some saliva starts like drooling from his mouth. He's like, where you go
So the
if they not there?
yeah, the walled city, in that direction I'll point. We'll be in there, so you can just come get us if you want to come visit or something.
Oh. He looks down. He's like, I need to give them something or they laugh at me.
Here, take this, and I'll reach into my bag and rummage around and be like, show them this amazing shiny that you earned from us, and I will pull out the golden helmet, one of the 2 helmets.
He like looks at
God.
that. He's like, he looks at that. He says, "A Goldie, how's it?" And then he just reaches out and
I'll toss it
Like,
up a little bit so he
very-
doesn't accidentally pick me up in the process.
he like reaches down. He reaches for your hand, and then as you toss it, he just seamlessly reaches down to go pick it up. It's like, a shiny, how's it? And then he just adorns it to. I guess he tries his best. No, he puts it on a giant mushroom on his back.
Very nice. Very excellent. Very
He
nice.
says, now I am important.
You've always been important. Now you're even more important. Well, thank you so much. You've been so helpful, and I'm sure we'll see you soon. Safe travels. Goodbye. And I'm just gonna start trying to like motion everybody out.
After
I will
like
turn around and start
15
walking.
after like 15 seconds after you say goodbye, you hear him say, bye. And then you can hear like footsteps as he just like stamps away.
Just deep sigh of relief. You know, I never thought all those conversations with drunkards would pay off one day, but Here we are.
We could take him.
How did that work?
I mean, you just look. If you've ever talked to somebody who's just very, very drunk, you just tell them facts and statements and just agree with them and make it seem like what you want is what they want, and it was their idea the whole time, and then you're done.
The only idea you posited in that entire exchange was that you were you and he was him.
Am I wrong?
He saw the logic in it.
Everything I said was correct, and he knew that.
I mean,
therefore, I'm trustworthy.
Therefore, we defeated demons, he owes us, and we should be able to leave with no... Okay.
And you got a Goldie
I forgot
Hausen.
about
A Goldie House... What a fucking idiot.
that.
Alright, Tewa.
Joe will chuckle and keep walking.
Tewa is shivering, and then after the Trogoth walks away, he's like composes himself again, and then he points towards Anvilgard, and then he holds up like 4. Holds up 4.
4 hours.
For what? For what?
4 minutes.
4 seconds?
Or paces.
When you say minutes, he nods, and then you say hours, and then he nods again.
Okay.
4 hours and
Sounds
4
good, Taylor,
minutes.
let's go.
All right.
Tewa, are
I
those
think Tewa doesn't know what.
Tewa, are those troll creatures common in the forest over there?
He nods. Yes.
What happens when your people meet those things? Who wins?
Grogor.
Well,
That's
Grogor.
true. Grogor is a winner.
Grogor is a winner.
After like another 4-ish hours of just walking.
4 hours and
You-
4 minutes, Frank.
Yeah, after 4 minutes of walking, you see smoke on the horizon. After 4 more hours after that, you start to see the city limits and like the walls of the city come into view. I was kind of hoping we'd kill the Trogoth, but I like that you did more. I like you did so much
D&D,
more.
baby!
Goldie Hausen, Jesus.
Best part is he's gonna roll up to the city looking for us, and they're gonna see the helmet. They're gonna be like, "Where'd you get
Tell
that?"
them, yeah.
No, they're gonna immediately kill him because he's got a
There's-
fucking
There's a reason I didn't hand out my name.
what do they call it?
Or this guy's just gonna walk around the forest like he's like fucking king. With
He's the man.
house. He's like, okay, well we have a few people we need to meet.
Kassan first. I'm
Yeah.
going straight to Redleaf.
Yeah, I'm going straight to Grace.
Um.
Come on, Joe, let's go get my fucking coach.
Okay. As you get close to the city walls, and this.
Do we see
You-
the Blackfin in the harbor as we're passing by?
Oh, yeah, shit. Yeah, as you're walking in, you see in the harbor very clearly the black.
So, change plans. I say we go maybe to the Blackfin or Councilwoman first, because I don't want the captain or any of his crew to see us alive in town before we have a chance to confront him. Because they're just going to
What?
get up and leave.
What are we going to do when we find him?
I'm gonna kill him.
We can't just kill him here, or we will
Well,
be thrown in jail
step-
I
forever.
think
step
we go
one is
to
find out what
Morgan first.
happened.
Because here's what I think has happened. I think they ditched us, tried to take the credit, reported us as dead. So if we go to Morgan Kassan first, right, we will then get the assistance of the city guard, and then we can go deal with the problem in the.
Okay, I am gonna kill him. Sylvan, I'm a Sylvanet. Their rules do not apply to me.
Sturdy Bark, if you just kill him in the middle of the square, some bad things might happen.
No, see, what you have to do is you pick him up, and then you take him to the what do they call
Yeah,
it?
I'll take
The
him to the
Sylvanet
tree.
Spire, and then you can kill him.
Okay.
Well, I still think we kind of can't keep a low profile in town. I mean, I can, but you can't.
Why don't you go
easily.
find Kassan?
I plan to go in screaming at Kassan about her hiring a scoundrel who abandoned us in the ocean and demanding more from my contract.
And we should
Yeah,
probably
sir.
So maybe
find out.
I should wait outside. Is what I'm getting from this.
So as this conversation's going on and you get closer to the walls, Alex, you still have those heads on you, don't you?
No, I tossed them to
Negotiate them.
Bagushita.
Oh, Bush ate them. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Uh, as you get closer to the walls and you come up to the gate to the city, you as you approach the gates of the city, you see something's a bit off. For starters, the foliage is basically right up to the city, right? Like, so there's no defoliant that has been used recently. Um, on top of that, you see something a bit odd. Uh, you see just plague bearer and nurgling corpses just at the gates here.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get paid.
And as you get closer to this gate, you hear a woman's voice shout down. She says, "Hello there. Might I inquire who you all are?"
Joe Lanaran, working on behalf of Councilwoman Morgan Kassan.
And the rest of them?
They're part of our binding.
See. And what are you doing outside of the city?
We were left
I'm
for
gonna
dead
interject at this
and had
point
to
and,
come
and
back.
just say,
Yep, good in there, Shadel.
yeah, I'm just yelling at this person. The scoundrel your stupid councilwoman hired left us for dead in the ocean and took off with the spoils.
So, Frank,
Are you pirates?
No, we were there to get the defoliant.
Frank, is this one of the guard peoples?
This is, yes.
So
this is not a Stormcast Eternal. This
Yeah,
is
you and I didn't hash this out, but I have illicit dealings free guild captain. Can I name drop whoever that is and be like, hey, they'll vouch for me, just let us in?
Goldie, I want you to roll me a D100.
Sure.
And you're going to say highs or lows. Tell me if highs are good or bad.
Highs are good.
Okay. Okay. You name drop shit. It's come up with a name. You name drop Doreen Coldbriar. To this individual. And the woman shouts down, "Oh, you're friends with Doreen, eh?"
Yeah, she'll vouch for me. If the councilwoman isn't a good enough name for you.
All right. Well, I took over this watch from Doreen, so she's something of a kind of an idol of mine. All right, hold on. Let me just get the proper approval here.
Sure, thank you. Did I trust that, or am I concerned?
You.
I mean, highs were good, so lows must be bad.
Give me an intuition.
Intuition.
Intuition. This is gonna be a 4-1, I guess. Should be. Well, actually, let me pull up your intuition.
It's good.
Yeah, give me a 3-2 actually.
Gross. Okay. Got a 4 successes.
Yeah, it should have never been an issue, but yeah. It sounded like this person was being truthful to you.
Cool. I'll wait excitedly.
Yeah, your 50-50 was determining whether or not this was your person. So
you fucking failed.
Yep.
It just happens to be another free guild captain. Sure. So after a brief period of time, the gates just kind of rumble a bit and they open. And standing there at the opening to the city is the woman that was shouting down to you from the ramparts before, and she's just kind of standing there with a bunch of swordsmen at her side, and she kind of like it's not really foreboding. It's not like she's barring your entrance, but she is standing in your way. And as you all get closer, she just holds up her hand. She's like, "I need to do a routine check. You may be friends with Doreen, but I still have my job to do."
Sure. These are probably the most suspicious things we have on us, and I'll pull out the metal sigil and the helmet if they're gonna search me, and just say, "We found these out in the woods, so that's of concern to me, at least."
Upon taking those out, she kind of like eyes narrow, and then she kind of nods out to the other guards and says, "Search the rest of them." As the rest of you are kind of like approached by these swordsmen, they approach Loris. You know, it's not the first time they've seen Ideneth. They kind of like nod to you as they start to search you. Shadel did the same with you. They approach Bagoosh and Sturdy Bark, and two of them approach you, Bagoosh. They're terrified. They just looking at you. They're like, "Yeah, he looks good to me."
Just give him a
And
friendly smile.
you, Sturdy Bark. One of them looks up at you and then looks back at the captain and kind of just says, "How am I supposed to search this one?"
I'll just look at him.
And the captain looks back and just kind of says, "Look." The captain looks back and looks back at you, Joe, and says, "Is your Sylvaneth friend carrying any items?"
I mean, he's got his weapons and some like
She nods and she's like, "Yes, but those are like a part of him technically." So
I
and
mean,
his bark
you're
and
on the lookout for agents of Nurgle, right? Do you really think a Sylvaneth is going to be an agent of Nurgle?
she looks at you and she says, These are orders coming from the High Warden."
No,
So
we appreciate it, and that's why we are fully complying. Thank you so much for being strict with this, because it's hell out there.
She nods. Yes. Agreed. Well, anyway, I think everything seems like it's in order here. Yes. Right. I think let's have them come in. Let's let them through.
Sure, and Captain, I don't think we met. I'm Joe Lenarin.
Captain Uvala.
Pleasure.
Likewise. So you were saying that you were robbed at
Sorry,
sea?
so we were sent out to look for defoliant, along with a ship known as the Blackfin. We found the defoliant, but it was actually at the bottom of the ocean. When we came up, the ship was gone. So I'm worried that something happened to them or they abandoned us. I'd
Ship
like
was
to
gone
investigate
and the
quickly.
defoliant cans were gone. Why are you worried about the ship? It's pretty obvious what happened.
You never know. I don't want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I also want to act quickly in case, and not too rashly in case something did happen.
She nods and she says, "Well, even if we had the defoliant, it wouldn't do us much good, right?"
Wait, they didn't bring back the fucking defoliant?
I mean, we haven't received any defoliant. We would have been the first to
Fuck.
receive it. But worth noting that it wouldn't even matter. I mean, she points up at the ramparts, and it's very clear just from looking at them. Those of you that have lived here for as long as you have, so Loris and Joe, and the rest of you, Shadel, you'd be able to easily tell this. Those defoliant cannons do not look like they're in working order. One of them is just kind of off its. It's just kind of like dangling from the ramparts, attached to like what piping and what system feeds the defoliant into it. Another one just isn't there. She looks up and she's like, "Yes, it was about 3 days or so ago. These cannons just suspicious foul play. The city is on high alert, as you no doubt can tell."
Wait, They weren't damaged from outside. They just fell over.
It's suspected foul play. The High Warden is investigating and going through a thorough investigation here. It's not my job to get in the way of that. It's my job to make sure that we're not letting any, ne'er-do-wells through the gates. And to stop, she points out at the corpses behind you, to stop those wretches from getting in.
Is there a ship at port?
She kind of looks at you there's a lot of ships at port.
No. I mean, my kind of ship at port.
Oh! We haven't received any carriage shipments in a couple days, actually. Probably about 4 days or so. Right actually before these cannons were destroyed, so... The next shipment's due in a couple of days, to be sure.
Yeah.
Perhaps my friend here could try to take a look and see if he can do some quick repairs. And I'm gonna lean down next to you and say,
These giant metalworks are leaning off the top of the battlements. What am I gonna do?
I'm just gonna
I can't lift these with my own hands.
whisper and say does.
She raises her hand. She says, "That's no need. We have the High Architect and her assistant."
I assure you, I'm
this.
better than them.
She looks down and she's like, "They're one of your folk."
No, they're not.
That she looks down. She's like, "Okay."
I'm just chuckling.
Well, they're working diligently on it, and they've said that this is a problem that cannot be solved until the next shipment comes in from Shamlan. They need special metals or something. I don't know. We don't have enough metallurgists here, I guess.
Well, best of luck then. And I'll start walking.
As you walk by, she kind of pulls you, Joe, close to her, and she says, "Be careful in the city. Something is wrong." And then she just kind of lets you go.
I'll just give a very serious nod, and then quickly turn on a full smile and chuckle and walk away. Once we're a few paces away, I would lean down to Shadel and say, "Shadel, you have to understand, I get paid to investigate and capture and kill. If I can just get past sort of the red tape and the lines, then I can find something I can sort of get. That's how I get paid. So that could have been a job, but it's fine."
You don't understand. Right now, we're not in a peaceful town.
True. I just want some
This is
fucking...
not a time to be doing side jobs. This is a time to be
bread.
going to the council chambers as soon as possible, confirming what she knows, and avoiding the Blackfin like the plague.
Alright, follow me. I know some paths that will keep us out of sight, and I will use my alley cat perk or whatever to try to find ways to lead the big boys secretly through here as best we can.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to. I mean, it's the same city. Not much has changed on the outside. As you're able to pretty much navigate pretty easily. Where were you headed to? Council chambers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget the name of the building. It's like
Do we actually know where she lives? Because I'd rather check there first, even if we're not supposed to.
You do not know where she lives.
Okay.
Let me do a quick roll. Okay. So you're navigating the city, and most of you can hear whispers on the crowd. A lot of the whispers tend to be that of worry. With the defoliant cannons being offline and there being no defoliant at all within the city, The regular townsfolk and merchants are pretty nervous. They're pretty frightened about the current situation. Some of you also hear that the Storm Guard or the Storm Watch, or I'm sorry, not the Storm Watch, the Storm Host, which are the Stormcast Eternals that basically defend cities, which you all would have known, has been ramping up their presence within the city. And whereas generally they stick to their own military compounds and only really patrol at night or when there's more issues about town, they are out in full force. And you all see this. There's in your time walking through the city gates to now, you have, at least, very least Joe and Loris, you've seen a disproportionate amount of Stormcast Eternals that are just patrolling the city as compared to your previous, I guess, jaunts down the city or throughout the city.
Loris, have you seen anything like this? I haven't seen this since I was like a kid.
No. I want Alex. Sorry, Alex. I'm sorry. Frank, I want to make a check to see if I have ever seen anything like this, and if so, when? Ever in my life.
How old are you?
I am 150 years old.
Yes. So you would have seen this. The last time you would have seen something like this was back on Gur. You're from Gur, right?
That's like the Nautilus thingies?
Yeah, you're from
Yes.
Gur, right? Okay. The last time you've seen something like this was back on Gur. There is a city that's frequented by traders and travelers there. And the last time you saw anything akin to this was when there was a lot of, let's just say, like, chaos worship going on there. There was somewhat of a witch hunt that was going on. People were scared for their lives. People were wondering how, like, demons were getting into the settlement. That was the last time you really saw anything like this in full force. Was back then. Very much the same air of this city.
Okay, I'll explain that. Come to mention it, the last time I saw this is when there was a heightened chaos activities. So, yeah, that was a long time ago. But
Well, let's be quick then.
yeah,
As you continue your walk, you are all, as you continue your walk, you all feel like this eerie quiet suddenly. It's not like it physically went quiet around you, but there's this very eerie feeling that comes about all of you. And then a second later, you all hear a very loud explosion.
In what direction?
It's coming from the harbor. And
Uh-huh.
right as you hear this explosion, you can all give me a... I mean, this is going to be super easy. Can you all give me, like, an awareness 3-1? Bagoosh, give me.
Ollie.
Ollie!
R.I.P.
What happened?
Awareness
Give me a
3-1.
3-1 awareness. I know, I guess you can fail, but...
Just a pass.
Yeah, you all, after this explosion, look in that general direction, and then hear, like, a crack of thunder, as you look up into the sky and you just see 3 like bolts of lightning just arc off into the distant sky. Yeah.
Is that like a whatchamacallit thing? What are those people called? Is that like a Stormforged thing, or is that like a natural phenomenon we just watched?
Sturdy Bark would definitely know this, and probably
What?
Loris as well. Yes. When a Stormcast dies, that's what happens.
Oh fuck.
Sorry, when a Stormcast dies, what happened?
When a Stormcast Eternal dies,
Their soul goes sent back to the forge,
their soul gets
Oh,
farmed
yeah,
all the way
okay,
back
sorry.
to Azir.
and I didn't know it had like a big dramatic lightning
Oh, yeah.
demonstration.
They-
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's like an
when
announcement to everybody as well. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So, Soulbind stuff. Are we supposed to go help with whatever that is, or do we
We-
deal with our shit?
People are screaming.
We better hurry.
Which direction?
To the conclave.
Okay.
Sure.
Very good.
I was thinking.
10 out of 10.
As you're wading your way, I assume you're just trying to navigate as best as possible through this now screaming, disorderly crowd.
Yeah, I'll again try to use my knowledge of the streets. But okay, if people are panicking, they're gonna go here, so we're gonna go there.
Yep, and it adds a bit of time, right? Because you're going out of your way to try and avoid the main roads and the main route here. But now all of you, as you're navigating through here, you all hear basically like military barking orders. You hear various Stormcast Eternals just basically flooding through the streets, and the clanking of boots and the heavy stomping of their armor. As you are able to peer around a corner as you're running down this alleyway, you just see what looks like a full regiment of them just marching out of their barracks. And they're not so much like marching in like lockstep in like a very regimented way. They are running towards the harbor. Do you get any bonuses to like giving your party stealth checks?
I get, I think, a bonus for myself. It's, you have advantage on opposed attempts when attempting to hide in a city or when searching for someone. Additionally, you naturally know which streets and pathways to take and can never become lost while in a city. So technically, it's just me, I guess, that would get the...
Let's say this,
advantage.
since you are guiding everyone, let's say this applies to the group
Hell yeah.
for this instant. Which means I will use your stealth here. So can you please give me, since you have advantage on this, can you please give me a 4-2?
Me?
No, Joe.
That's a 3, so no.
Oh, you said 4-2.
4, yeah,
Said
so
4-2.
I got a 4, and a 4, and a 2, and a 2.
4-2 means you need to roll 4
You-
twice.
Oh,
Four
I don't know
twice,
how
yeah.
math works. Okay, I got 3
You're good.
successes then.
It's late. It's okay.
Alright, we're gonna wrap up. So yeah, you, as you're like looking out these alleyways, you see this commotion going on, and you can just hear orders being barked amongst the Stormcast. You hear one of their regimental sergeants say aloud, "You heard the orders from the warden. Everyone who's down at the harbor is to be detained. Everyone who's come into the city within the past hour is to be detained. Everyone who drinks at the tavern is to be detained. If they are all questionable individuals, they are to be detained for further interrogation. You have your orders. Go out and do it." And you can just hear a bunch of them affirm and just like hit their chests and the metal, their gauntlets hitting the metal of their plate, and just start marching out.
So, I'm sure you all heard that. Do we continue on, or do we go maybe hide up in the floating tree? I mean, being
We hide.
detained isn't necessarily the worst thing. I get detained all the time.
No, we hide.
I think we have to look for the councilwoman. Like,
Yeah.
that's my vote.
Follow me? Unless, well, what's everyone else's call?
I'm not sure I can hide.
True.
I mean, we'd be on the floating thing, I
Yeah,
guess.
we'd be up in the.
Yeah.
We're going
I
to
can
tree
go
land.
up there and pump my contacts up there.
We would have to assume that they would take us up.
Redleaf wouldn't leave me out there.
Well, there may not be anybody there to get the door. You know what I mean?
He wouldn't leave you down here.
I fucking.
This is no time for jokes.
Yeah, but being detained is not great.
It's
They
fine.
could just. We don't know what's going on. They could just say anything, accuse us of anything. Like, we don't even know the scope.
You know how many times I've been accused of murder? It's not a big deal.
That's not how this works.
Okay, I guess. Look, you've seen me talk my way out of things. I guess maybe I shouldn't take as much stock in your ability to talk your way out of things. So sure, what should we do as a group?
I want to go to tree land, but if you are sneaky enough and want to go see the councilwoman, you can take whoever wants to go.
I don't mind that. Splitting up seems fine to me.
I don't think we should split up. This place is about to be a war zone.
Can't we like magically find each other's souls or something?
Well, if we find ourselves in combat and we're not together, we could magically find ourselves dead.
Oh, I keep forgetting we're not actually. All right. Well, so are we voting? How does this work? We voted for building a boat or going on land, and that worked out well.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, I vote for talking.
I do as well.
So we have talk, hide. Bagoosh, Suddybok.
Eat.
All right, that's
Okay.
abstain, I
just
guess.
wanna- Another
Red
option?
Leaf. Now I think Red Leaf might be in danger.
Bingo.
Oh,
Okay,
we got
hung vote.
2,
Well, I'm
2,
telling you.
1.
Look. Look at Sturdy Bark. Look at me. We are not hiders. We are not talkers. Please let us go back to the Sylvan Land. You two can go and talk. Look at us.
I think. Look, Shadel. If the party is split, then the party should split.
Yes. You two are smart and can talkative. You guys can do it. Sturdy Bark and I cannot do this. Look at Bagoosh. How do you expect him to say more than 2 words? Look at him.
Bagoosh, are you going with them or going with us?
He can't even speak. He has to come with us.
Just find him some food. All right, come on, Shadel, quick. The faster we get to the councilwoman, the faster we can get back to them.
All right.
Start now. Having a smaller party, we go through the actual paths I want to take.
Smaller in size and actual size.
Yes.
Okay. So you're splitting up 2 and 3.
4.
Tell
That's
you
Oh,
what.
right.
where's Taiwan? Is he with us?
He's
He's
here,
always
he's
with
here.
Sturdy
Oh, I
Bark,
thought he
bro.
bailed. That's
For
amazing.
the sake of Taiwan, he is invisible on Sturdy Bark, unless I say otherwise.
Right, he's like Razor
Amazing.
mode, where like he's not
Yeah.
actually anything until like
He is invisible. No one here, unless they're like magically inclined or a like Stormcast Eternal, will be able to like tell he's there.
Okay.
Yeah. So the 4 of you, are heading towards Redleaf. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tewa, Tommy, and myself.
Or they're going towards the
The
Sylvaneth
Sylvaneth Spire, yeah.
grove.
So you all kind of deviate, right? Loris can lead you to the Sylvaneth Grove with relative ease. And Joe and Shadel, you're heading towards the Conclave building. We're gonna do this one after the other, and then we're gonna call it a night. It shouldn't take that long. So the 4 of you heading towards the the four of you heading towards the Sylvaneth Spire. The streets are chaotic, right? This isn't like in a secluded part of town where it's just off in the middle of nowhere. This is not, I want to say like center town, but it is pretty fairly centered to like the heart of the city. And there's just people running everywhere. It's absolute chaos. As you get closer to this spire, you all notice as you get right up close to it, there is a single group of 5 Stormcast Eternals standing in front of this spire, like standing a perimeter around this like tree, very clearly guarding it. Seeing as how this would be a place of some interest. How do you want to proceed?
I'll look to Sturdy Bark and be like, I don't think Bagoosh can handle this. Do you want to talk or should I?
You're from here. You should talk.
Okay, we need to see Redleaf, right?
Yes. I will come with you so they know
Yes.
Sylvaneth wants to go up.
Exactly, bingo. Okay, we're just gonna walk confidently as if we actually need to go up.
Okay. Sure. So you walk up to these Stormcast, and as you get close, one of them reaches for its glaive and kind of like gets it at the ready, and when you get up close to it, it just rises and says, "State your name, state your business, what have you with the spire and its denizens above."
Loris Grimborn, Chief Medic at Frankie, insert here the name of the place where Grace works. We need to see Redleaf. It is very important.
He looks out and he says, "We're sorry, but at the moment, the Lord Veritant has stated that no one is to go up or down the spire at risk of another demolition threat, as it were."
Pardon?
Well, the harbor was destroyed and took 3 of our lot with it, so we are locking down the city. I'm sure you understand.
I'll look to Sturdy Bark.
What happened?
It was a bomb. There was an explosive that went off.
Was it on a boat?
We're still investigating.
I understand. We are from the outside, and there is there's crucial information I have to deliver to Redleaf in the Sylvaneth Spire.
When you say you're from the outside, he holds up his hand and says, "When did you enter the city?"
I can't lie. A couple of hours ago.
He looks back towards the rest of his group, and then he says, "We will deliver the message to Redleaf that you are looking for him and would like to communicate and would like to speak with him. But I'm going to have to ask the 3 of you to come with us."
Okay, I'm going to
Surely
begin
you
singing.
understand.
Yeah, I'm going to begin singing.
He looks at you and he's like, I see what you're doing, but we really insist that you come with us."
I will look to Alaris and Bagoosh and say,
Yeah, I guess we're
we
going
have
with him.
to go.
Let's go. We're coming with. And I'm going to ask him where are we going as we're walking. So, what's going on?
He looks at you and he says, "I am going to be bringing you to the Lord Veritant, and he will conduct an investigation himself.
I am so fucking excited for this.
Yeah, that's fine. We have nothing to hide.
True.
Oh no.
He then says, "Please, if you would follow us." Sturdy Bark, you hear a song back.
And
Very like low song.
Yeah.
The song basically says like it's like reaffirming, like like everything's good type of thing, like a feeling.
Okay.
as we're being whisked away, you
Yes.
just hear the nice.
Shadell and Joe, you approach the Conclave building. To say this place is locked down like Fort Knox is to put it lightly. You see just a line of Stormcast in front of this building. Your standard city guard, the dark elves that were standing here before, they just are nowhere to be seen. It seems as if their entire position, all their positions have been assumed by the Stormcast in the situation. In a sense, this looks as if like martial law has been declared. How do you proceed?
I'm gonna walk up confidently to whoever looks like they're in charge.
Yeah, they all look pretty similar.
What color is the armor?
What color's the armor?
Yeah, what do they look like? What's
They have black armor with a gold trim,
okay.
which is in stark contrast to the normal, like, gold armor, blue trim, blue armor, gold trim.
So these are Helmhammer people, right?
This is.
We do not want to talk to these people.
So
It's too late. Joe's up there.
So
I am
I can't-
holding Joe back.
what's up?
You do not want to talk to them. They're not going to talk to you. They're going to pin you to a wall and torture you until you tell them what they want to hear.
All right. What do you suggest?
It would be better and safer to actually try to break in than to go up and talk to them.
Do I believe this to be accurate for my time here?
You have no idea. Like, you have seen Stormcast Eternals. You've seen some with like black armor and gold trim, but the ones you normally see patrolling the city don't. They're just like your normal run-of-the-mill, standard like armored Stormcast. You've maybe seen one or two of these armored these armor-clad ones.
And my dad
past,
would
but
never have explained these folks to me.
yeah, you've just probably only ever assumed that they were like different ranked or like different
Okay.
like hierarchy.
I mean, Frank, do I think I have a way to break into this place if I wanted to?
Oh fuck no!
Okay.
Like looking at this, you're not getting in.
Look, I'm very skilled at what I do, but I don't think there's a way in here.
There's no way in through the like it's not the
The
sewers, but it's
obsidian
like
catacombs.
yeah.
Look, I've been there a few times. I fucking hate it down there. I would assume they've got everything locked up. If they do have a secret passage in there, I'm sure it's guarded well. Probably better than the normal ways in and out.
Okay.
Where are you having this
Well.
conversation?
Probably in an alleyway nearby.
Okay. I didn't know if you were having this out front.
It's
just,
like,
in
no.
front of-
Put it right in front of them.
No, I figure I was about to step out of the alleyway, and I got like pulled in by the belt, and had to come back and chat.
How do you all want to proceed?
Okay.
Look, do you want me to go
Do
by
we want you-
myself, and then?
Do we want you to hide and me to go talk to them and see if I get arrested?
All right, let's play this out. What are you going to say to them?
Jeez.
Look, you usually
Okay.
come off a little bit abrasive, and I don't
Yes,
want...
that's true. What do I
w-
want to
I-
say to them?
I
Or what
was
am
thinking-
I going to say to them?
I was thinking I would say who I am, my credentials, and what I'm here for. Hi, I'm Joe Lenarin, a bounty hunter and investigator working on behalf of Councilwoman Morgan Kassan. I have information about the
is-
missing defoliant which may be related to the explosion at the dock. Bam, everything they need to know to let me assist them. I'm there to help them.
As soon as you say it's related to the explosion of the dock, that's when they go, we need you to come with us.
Sure, great. Get
Oh,
things
God.
done. Look, like I said, I
I
get
love
detained all the time. Most of my jobs lead me to getting detained and then getting paid.
Yeah. I think most of the time you get arrested, you're not getting arrested by these guys.
True, I've never seen them before. Or maybe like once or twice, but... So they're bad, or...?
I mean, if we were in the middle of a fight with a bunch of chaos, I don't think I'd be against them being around.
Should I drop that I'm a member of a Soulbind? Is that even better? That, like...
I don't think they'd
gives some
care. If we were
trust?
bound under Sigmar, maybe, but they don't give a
Ooh.
shit.
Wait, so we can be bound to, like, different orders or gods or something?
Well, we were bound by Red Leaf, right? So it should be Kurnoth.
Look, this Soulbind stuff is very confusing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're his servants. It's just kind of like a representative
So,
of us.
what's the plan? I can take us home and go hide, or we can go in here, we can go somewhere else. I'm just kind of...
Well, okay, our options are we can go talk to them, end up in prison, or we can assume that our compatriots have already been imprisoned and go look for them.
Oh, good point. They probably are already captured, so maybe we should just end up in the same interrogation area as them before they do something stupid, like Bakush eats someone. He's probably very hungry.
Oh god. Alright, I got no better ideas.
Alright.
Unfortunately, I don't have any explosives on me.
Dude, use your silver tongue, Alex. Come on. You're
Alright, here we go. I'm going to walk up,
Just don't say anything about us coming from outside.
right.
As soon as you like make yourself known and start walking up, they like ready their weapons.
Yeah, I'll hands up and say loudly at them, "Hello, I'm Joe Linaran, Soulbound, bounty hunter and investigator, working on behalf of Councilwoman Morgan Kassan. I have some information that may be useful to you about the missing defoliant, potentially related to the explosion at the dock. I'm not sure, but I'm here to help." This is another Soulbound Shadel.
They don't move.
May I approach?
It is an eerie like bit of time when if you say when you say may I approach, they still don't say anything back. Shortly thereafter, one of them, the one up front, says, "State your name once more."
Joe Linaran. Sorry, Josephine Linaran.
That one, you see its head kind of like turn and says, he like turns and gives like a nod, and the one next to him just kind of runs back up the stairs into the conclave building.
And I'm gonna whisper shit out. Don't ever fucking call me Josephine, by the way.
I wasn't gonna call you by your name at any point in time, don't worry.
After about oh, but I guess they look like this. I should probably show you
Pictures.
This is what they look like. When after about like 45 seconds, that Stormcast that went inside comes running back out and assumes his position again. Then you see at the top of the stairs, coming through the door, this similarly clad, like armor-clad man with a Griffhound at his side. And he looks like he's holding what looks like a lantern. And he stands at the top of the stairs. Here's what he looks like, looking down. And he just looks at you, and he says, in a booming voice, "Josephine, you are under arrest by order of myself, Lord Veritant Kaiser Van Brandt. Shadel of the Carriagewin Order, you are also under arrest by order of myself." And then he kind of says, "Seize them and bring them to the jail cell. Detain them."
Sounds good. I'll put out my hands to get manacled.
And with that, the Stormcast just kind of approach you, and they they manacle you and bring you off.
Sure, I do have 2 pieces of evidence you're going to want that are going to look bad if we don't talk about it first. Just heads up.
Just keep digging.
One of the Stormcasters that bring you over is like you've gone through this before.
Oh, several times. I'm an investigator and a bounty hunter. Of course, I get caught in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
He jokingly kind of says to you, "I'm not supposed to joke with the criminals, but I don't think you've been caught by Von Brecht, have you?"
No. I assume this will go poorly, but it's for the good of everyone. That's fine. It'll work out fine.
He chuckles and he's like, "Good luck." And a cart comes by. A cart around like the building comes by, and they hoist you both up into it. And then you hear the same guy from atop the stairs say, "Bring them to my personal cell. I'll see to them shortly."
See, perfect. We went straight to the top. This is exactly what we wanted. Also, do you think we're going to get a carriage kind of like this one?
I'm thinking this is the only one we're gonna get.
All right, cool. That's after he says that, the carriage starts to move, and you're kind of whirled around and taken behind the council chamber building, the conclave building, to Joe, what you would know as the Stormhost building, or set of buildings, so the Stormcast barracks. Yeah, and with that, I think that's a good place to call it. A little later than I would have liked, but that's fine. We started a little late, so
Yeah, that's my bad.
it's no problem.
Sounds good.
It's all good.
Good night, Twitch.
So we're in jail. You guys are in custody.
I don't know where we're going, dude. I'm just like,
You